Oh, did you file taxes in that you won?
Royal Oak, Michigan.
Did that go in your taxes that you won?
No, it wasn't that big. It was like a 2 DVD thing. I won that and like 40-Year-Old Virgin or some shit.
So they weren't giving you good movies, I take it.
We're okay.
We're okay. Everything's okay. Come on, tell them you're okay. Come on, everyone's gonna be okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 103 of the Better on Draft podcast. My name is Ken. Nick, you all right over there?
Man, dude, this fucking bottle, man.
Do you need to leave real quick and get yourself a little wet nap?
Yeah.
Well, don't we have those wet ones over in the corner over there?
There you go.
I just need a napkin.
Matt can go grab one for you while I'm doing the intro of the show.
There you go.
So I can talk to Rob real quick. Rob, what's going on?
Hey, wubba lubba dub dub. I'm sitting here having myself a just cracked open the brewery's Mash and Coconut, which is a imperial brown ale aged in bourbon barrels with toasted coconut added. Comes in at 13%.
Wow, it's gonna be a fun night for sure.
It's gonna be a one beer night for Rob.
It's supposedly, what is it, National Barrel Aged Beer Day. Which
Wasn't it just like National Drink Beer Day? And
it was, National Coffee Day.
I think
and
every
then National
Friday is
Beer
a variant
Day.
of a national beer day.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. I mean, to call it national, I mean, was this actually just something?
Was it passed by Congress?
Yeah, was it passed by Congress? Because I believe Congress is the one who's supposed to, anoint days to be certain national days. So to have it as National Barrel Aged Beer Day, I think that's kind of suspect. I don't
You
know
know
where
it's
that's coming
not
from.
Congress because they don't pass anything.
Thank you, Nick.
And that will wrap up our political talk.
All right, that'll do it for the Better on Draft podcast. So no.
That's why I only said the one thing about it.
Nick, you never have to scream into the microphone, regardless of how far
We're
away from
cleaning
it.
up right now.
Yeah, we can see it on camera.
There's your wet wipes too, right in front of you there, homie.
Nice.
So, did you watch the season finale of Rick and Morty this past weekend?
I did not.
Well, how the hell are you gonna do quote Rick and Morty and then not have watched the?
Well, that's because I have to catch up, and I've only watched maybe, we'll say like 5 or 6 episodes of season 1, and probably a little over half of season 2. And it's just kind of been just all over the place. And I actually just got the Blu-ray discs in the mail today, so I'm gonna make sure that I watch all of them in order, because obviously there's some heavy shit that keeps going down. And watch that, so then I hop on Adult Swim and just watch all of season
I don't know
3.
if you're aware of this, but there's this website. It's called Hulu. And what you can do is you can actually stream the shows.
There's ironically,
Man, I already paid for Netflix. I'm not paying for Netflix.
Is it not on
with
Netflix?
It's not on
No.
Netflix,
Oh.
no.
I'm not paying for Netflix with commercials.
do you want to just borrow my password? I mean,
No. And the thing is, I mean,
He's too proud.
no. My sister-in-law,
Is that pumpkin
she
beer?
has her
Oh.
account signed into my PlayStation. It annoys the ever-living shit out of me just to try and watch something streaming and have to put up with commercials.
Yeah, I don't have commercials on Hulu because
I don't have commercials on Netflix.
the Hulu.
Well, no, nobody has commercials on Netflix yet.
Oh, you're not going to get.
The price of Netflix is already going up $1. So there's going to be some point in some point in time where advertising is going to come in, because people are going to say, "Well, I don't want to have to pay this much money."
No, you know what it'll be. If anything, it'll be one of those little small little banners at the bottom of the screen. It's not going to be a full 30-second, like how you log onto a YouTube and anytime you want to see a video, you see a 10 to 15-second ad, and you can like
I
sometimes
never
click
see
ahead.
those, but I have YouTube TV, so
It's going to be one. It should just
And
be
you
one of
stream
those.
everything.
yes, I do.
You got Rocket Fiber over there?
I wish I did.
Yeah.
Rocket Fiber and Xfinity are both like, it's in a contest to try to get like who's going to get to my apartment first between those two, because I know Xfinity's trying to drop their fiber,
Right.
and then Rocket Fiber. So I'm hoping one of them
Can't like
gets
quick
there.
and just throw a cable to your house by now.
I would
You
think,
would think
so.
Yeah, but and I've been trolling the hell out of them too, because I keep getting their posts show up on Facebook, and I just basically just say North Rosedale Park 2020. And it's like, oh, we're coming out there fast. Don't worry. I was like, and
Say
every time
2020.
2020. I mean, because look at the speed. I mean, it's kind of funny looking at the speed of them actually putting their lines in so that people can have faster internet.
Do you think I'll have it in St. Clair Shores before you have it in Rosedale Park?
Probably.
Yeah.
Is there copper on those lines?
Probably.
So yes, I'll definitely have it before you do.
Yeah, you're gonna have it before.
I mean,
Well, I'm right next to Grosse Point, so they get everything out there.
There's a lot of stuff that they have to go through within the city. I mean, never mind having to deal with Comcast and that real shitty deal that the city council made with Comcast, which basically made them the only provider.
The last couple of years, though, that's changed. Like
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of AT&T trucks at my building, so I know AT&T's at least in my building now.
AT&T
Well, they
has
go
the phone
different.
lines. The phone lines were already up there. So
Well, it was the same at I think your parents' house, Nick, where it was
Yep.
Comcast only for a while.
Yeah,
and
for
now
a
WOW is-
long time, it was just Comcast, and probably late '90s, maybe early 2000s, that deal was finally broken, and WOW was the first one to come into the neighborhood after Comcast, and then now it's pretty much everybody minus Rocket Fiber.
So, while Rob is gonna go pour me one of those glasses of the brewery, Nick, what are you doing?
Now that I'm done cleaning up,
well done.
double fisting the. What is this? This
I don't
is
know what
the
it
barrel-aged milkshake stout from Rochester Mills.
That's from last year, isn't it?
Yeah, this is from the 12 days of milkshake stout still sitting inside my fridge. Still pretty good, though. And then the 2016 version of Griffin Claw's Bourbon Imperial Screaming Pumpkin.
Nice. How's it holding up?
Well, it smells good, so it doesn't smell skunk, so I guess we'll find out when I take
I would say because I had one left over. I just drank it last week, so it was still pretty good.
It's actually holding up very well.
Awesome.
It's holding up very good. Good job, Griffin Claw. Good job.
Nice job, Kyle Veneventer.
Shut
Matt
up.
Bush.
Those are your boys over there,
Those are
man.
my boys. I have no affiliation with Griffin Club Brewing Company. I just like their products. Ken Kondrashevsky, how are you today?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. What do you got? What are you drinking, Ken?
Well, I got a glass of the brewery. I got a Ghetto Blaster to my right, a Super Trooper to my left, and as always, a Monster Energy drink.
So
right
you
behind
are.
me.
So you're being flanked by beverages.
Yes.
Awesome. Good to hear.
Thank you. How's your M43?
I have an M43. My trunk beers.
Your trunk beers.
beers I
Trunk
just
beer?
leave in my trunk, and then I have beer in my trunk. I don't have to go buy some. Great. And then I also just finished a bottle of the best-selling beer to never be in a barrel. Do you want to guess what it is?
Corona.
Bud Light.
A barrel.
I was right.
How many times you see Bud Light on tap?
How many times you see anything? In a clear glass that isn't Corona?
Modelo,
Soul.
Snow.
Corona Light,
Corona Light. Corona Extra.
Zima.
Zima, Smirnoff Ice.
Smirnoff Triple Black.
Mike's
Hard
Hard
Lemonade.
Lemonade. Sounds good.
Those Seagram drinks that Brigman was drinking in here the other week.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
main difference between
St.
the
Ides?
Corona bottle
St.
and
Ides.
the Zima.
Old English 800.
Well, I mean, with a Zima bottle, I mean, you could at least use that as like a really big Allen wrench.
Well, actually, this is
That's
like
a bit round.
yeah, but this is kind of like defense mechanism. You just break this off and you stab someone from a good 2 feet away.
Why did you
I'm
just
trying to find the other part of this bottle.
hang? You gotta go that far.
Oh, there's part of
some
it.
right there. Oh,
there's
there's
some
right
more right
there.
there. Reminds me of my old days at Central.
Oh, really?
Well,
Enlighten us.
not using a bottle of beer.
Wait, time out. Were you quoting Happy Gilmore?
I was quoting Happy Gilmore there.
I was like, the whole scene is playing in my head right now, and I'm like, why is this? What? Where? And then finally, I realized who did it, and I'm
I
like,
didn't.
oh my
I didn't
God.
know it was Happy Gilmore, but I knew exactly where it was going, so I just went with it.
So enlighten us about this bottle story there, Matt Bush.
Well, it's not necessarily a bottle story, but at Central, we lived on Main Street, and our house got TP'd and egged one night, like our first night on Welcome Week.
Okay.
So yeah, no shit, right?
Now, is
so-
this like a house with a bunch of guys?
Our fraternity house.
Oh, it's fraternity house. Okay, so obviously
Well, no, so we're dry fraternity house, like the nice house on campus. With,
dry.
No, legit. Dry is written into our Constitution bylaws. Highest GP on campus, all that. One of those fraternities. So I decided with my 18-year-old angst to just sit on the porch all night as party goers went up and down with a 9-iron. Just to, make sure that we didn't get screwed with again.
And what fraternity were you part of?
Beta Theta Pi.
Beta Theta Pi. Okay.
And Police eventually approached us because police would walk up and down just to make sure the freshmen were all doing okay.
Yeah.
Nobody was being an ass. And I was, minding my business. I was sober, so I wasn't doing anything stupid. And then one police officer asked me, well, hey, son, what are you doing with a golf club? And the other one said, he's golfing. So I said, yeah, I'm just golfing. So, I just have a fetish of odd weapons. So I'd be really good at that Road Redemption game.
I like how you use the word fetish.
It's not really an odd weapon. I mean, a 9-iron's got a nice angle on it.
It does.
And I mean, you can definitely just...
You can catch a man from about 3 feet away.
Oh, yeah.
And then our fraternity brothers did come back, get drunk, and started selling burgers off the porch, which I had never realized how profitable that was. They just fired up the grill, $5 burgers to every drunk walking back from campus at 1 o'clock in the morning. We cleaned up.
Oh my God.
For the next party.
Good times.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it. I mean, and the funny thing is I always see people in my neighborhood, they were walking around a neighborhood with a 3-wood or a driver. I'm like, come on, man, that's hollow. You hit somebody, they're just going to be pissed off.
I've seen this meme on the internet a lot. It says, from a defense attorney, if you carry a bat in your car, please also carry a glove.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. It makes perfect sense. But yeah, well, I guess that's the same thing if you're going to carry if you're going to carry a 9-iron, at least, have 8.76 in there too.
Yeah.
The cop asked, what are you doing? Oh, dude, I went to the driving range this morning.
There you go.
Hey, yeah, I had to work on a short game.
Exactly. Yeah. So.
And then beat the shit out of somebody.
So
Yeah, but you could do a 7-iron, and then you could just say you're tin cupping.
Oh my God.
I was 18.
Give me another one.
I ain't no Kevin Costner.
Give me another one.
I'm more likely to carry a shovel instead of tin cupping.
No, let's not go shovels, please. Ken knows
Spades?
why.
Spades? I don't know why.
Spades a
Our
shovel.
buddy Perry.
Oh my God. Perry.
Wherever you're at, man, we love you.
He's in Korea.
Yeah, South Korea.
We know where he is. So we do not have a guest in studio today, so it's going to be
Stuck with us.
yeah, we're going to be just kind of off the cuff chatting, talking about beer, talking about the way. So the big news today that came out that wasn't beer related. Did you guys see that AIM is dead?
Yes, the 20 years is what I think. It's 20 years since it first launched, and they are pulling the plug on AOL Instant Messenger.
So I actually tried to log into AIM today. I
Really?
got in.
Okay.
It was very interesting to see the people that I was friends with the last time I I logged in.
Was everybody on an away message?
No, there was somebody else on though.
Really?
Yeah.
Did they know that they were on?
I don't know. I didn't message her because I hadn't talked to her in God knows how, probably since the last
Was
time.
this someone I know? Or
No. It was it was someone I met through City Club.
Oh shit!
we'll just leave it like that.
Wow, dude, you got. Some,
that's the original social media. That was
It was
pre MySpace, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
97. I mean, that was AOL Instant Messenger.
Was
and then-
AOL? That's
yeah.
what kept AOL afloat.
You needed
Yeah.
AOL, and then after a while, like in the early late 90s, early 2000s, you could get your own
could register an
AOL account.
You know
like
what's-
AIM account.
You know what's funny is now I do a little bit of real estate on the side, and every now and again I'll come across a realtor with an @AOL.com email.
Yep.
And I think either one of two things. They're 100 years old, and it's just the first one, or this person is not a serious person. Or 3, thank God my Mail City email went to Hotmail because I don't feel that old.
Well, I think there's still people out there that use AOL's dial-up, if I'm not mistaken. I think there's still out there. There's at least, I think, 2 or 3 million people in the country still use dial-up internet, such as AOL.
Juno.
Speaking
Juno.
of which, there's this new show on MTV. I don't know if you guys have come across this yet, called 90s House, where they take
gosh.
early 20-year-olds now and they retrofitted a house to be like 1993, and they have to live in that world. So they're on they're on those iMacs that were all colored. They've got hardwired those jelly phones where they're clear and they got all those colors in them. I mean, they made them go full Blossom with their outfits and plaid, and I mean, I don't even know how I would say it that's politically correct. Those
all their porn is pixelated.
no, like
No, it's all just thumbnails.
I mean, they're still 20-year-olds. They're still
600 by
horny as shit.
480 or
But they've got
680 by
those
400. I don't
those
know.
jinkos with the black,
jinkos.
yellow, red, green, black jackets. It's quite a scene. So 90s house. Next time you get a chance, check it
Yeah.
out. It's on MTV. It's garbage. Like the plot. It's like Big Brother, but kind of a real world kind of twist to
How
it.
do you how do you get control the scenario like that? Like obviously they don't have a job or anything like that.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a Big Brother where they've taken they put them in a house, and the first episode is they take away all their technology. So they take away their iPhones. There's this one guy showed up with Snapchat goggles. I didn't even know those existed.
What?
Yeah, apparently Snapchat has goggles.
Like Google goggles, except just
Snapchat. So it's amazing. It's terrible. It's something that I will unfortunately watch. And I don't know what else to say about it, but if you ever want to see a train wreck, go.
So
This is as close as you'll ever see to a real life wanting to murder somebody.
So Snapchat glasses are only $130.
Damn.
what's Snapchat glasses?
That's cheaper than getting the VR goggles for my damn phone.
These are literally what looks like sunglasses that can specs make memories from your perspective. Is their little. You just press a button on your glasses and it records a 10-second video.
Oh gosh, kill me.
So I'm talking like literally the most ratchet individuals I've ever seen in my life.
The first time I've ever heard you use the word ratchet.
It comes out periodically, but this is the most apt description for it. There really needs to be some sort of defining moment in this whole millennial generation that I am unfortunately lumped into, where like if you were born before 1990, you're not, or 95 maybe, you're not a millennial because you had a time in life when you were a kid that wasn't involved on the internet. So I think millennials, if anything, should be like till 95. And the new generation should be like the E generation or the I generation because they're internet and selfish assholes.
So wait, do they change like the TV so that like all the TV that plays
Yeah,
is
box
all
TVs.
But is it like all 90s TV?
Oh, whoa. So the first challenge, if you will, the show is first off hosted.
Was it binge watch on VHS?
No, so the first episode, it's hosted by Lance Bass and Christina Milian, because when you think of 90s, you think of NSYNC, which is a 2000s band, and Christina Milian, which late 2000s. But anyways, they split these three groups into four individuals. They gave them an envelope with a cassette, a boombox, and they made them film the opening like 30 to 45 second sequence of a 90s sitcom. And all they gave them was a theme and the soundtrack to it. And they made them, come up with what it would look like and what it would be called and so on and so forth. And just watching these people try to put a cassette into a boombox was nothing short of gorillas trying to open up a banana.
Well, it's like the whole when people will they'll walk by with their kid and you'll see a payphone and the kid looks at it like, what the hell's a payphone?
What's that?
There was one, I almost forgot about it. It was one of the events that Eastern Market Brewing Company did. Where was it? It was like over by like West Grand, over by the Fisher Building. And in the building that they had it in, there was a payphone that was sitting in there. This damn thing didn't work, but I just want to take that damn thing home. It's antique.
I mean, you could probably still buy them. I mean, all of them were privately owned for the most part.
The phones? I thought they were owned by the
Payphones.
phone companies.
No.
Was it like
Payphones?
franchising?
Yeah, payphones.
Yeah, I thought it
were
was like an
actually-
ATM. Like a company owns the phone.
My
and
uncle actually owned like 5 to 10 payphones, and so if you would put a quarter in, he would get like 20 cents on it. He would, the 5 cents would go, and then like he would go to his payphone, take out all the quarters, and then just kind of do the rounds. I mean,
Give
you
them
gotta
their
think
cut.
that's genius. Like it's almost like if you could franchise like an ATM these days.
Right.
The bank gets their $1.
Yep.
You get your $2. I mean, Bars,
Well, the bank
bars
gets
have
their own fee for what they charge for you to use a foreign fee, and then you charge whatever you want. That's
You
why.
know who
like,
has an ATM? Jackson Tuna. It's a tuna liquor in
Are you
Rochester.
serious?
You know how I know that is because I used to be in the credit card industry and we used to sell ATM machines. And I tried to sell.
What's an ATM machine?
Yeah, right. From the Department of Redundancy
and
Department.
I would use my PIN number in there. And I would get my honeymead ciders from there. But no, so it's the tuna liquor. The ATM fees are really low. So are the great beer prices and liquor prices. The
to
selection is
segue
high.
that.
The selection is high. The fees are low. Zatuna Liquor on Rochester Road, south to 59.
I don't even know how the hell you just segued low ATM fees
and high liquor selections.
with high quality, high selection,
Bam.
low priced beers.
I mean, don't get me wrong; they have low selection liquor too. You can get your 5 o'clock there if you need to.
Yes.
At one point, there were 2.6 million payphones in the United States.
How many are there now?
As of 2012, at the end of the year,
Like
243,000.
Jesus,
Still out there.
where?
I don't know.
Montana?
A phone bank? Maybe
Phone bank.
What was the movie Hackers? What was that? That was in
Oh,
New York.
Grand Central Station?
Grand Central Station.
Yes.
There you go.
I mean, there's got to be places still that just have terrible cell service where a payphone still makes sense.
Where the hell what was that movie with Colin Farrell?
Payphone?
Payphone?
Was it
phone
Payphone?
booth.
It was
Phone booth.
Phone booth. Phone
There you
booth.
go.
Phone booth.
That was
Okay.
actually a good. That
was. I
That was
thought
a
it was
very
good.
good movie.
Terrible film.
That was not a terrible film.
Colin Farrell
You
has
got
not
Kiefer Sutherland sitting there with a freaking sniper rifle.
Colin Farrell hasn't been in one single good film.
Because Colin Farrell had a crazy sex
I don't-
Again,
scandal thing.
Colin Farrell has not been in one single good film.
First of all,
That was a good movie.
first of all,
Tweet us at
SWAT
Better
was
on
good.
And I think Colin Farrell just kind of showed up one day on set, and they're like,
They're
"Fuck
like,
it,
we
he's
can
already
use him."
here. Fuck it, we can write a bad accent into a guy."
Wait,
But
hold
tweet
on,
us
hold on.
at
Time
Better
out,
on
time
Draft
out,
right
time
now.
out, time out. In Bruges is actually a really good movie.
I don't even know. What
I've heard
are
that
you even
is.
speaking English?
I've not seen that, and I've meant to see that. I've heard that was pretty good.
So In Bruges is a very, very good movie. It's about a contract killer or a serial killer, Colin Farrell, and he's taken to Bruges to basically be killed.
Where's Bruges? What the fuck
Bruges,
is
Belgium.
Belgium, yeah. He was
So-
in Minority Report.
So it's like Looper or The Professional, basically.
Well, I mean,
Every movie is remade like over and over and over again with just different characters in a slightly different script.
I don't. Looper was, how long ago was Looper?
Like 5, 10, 8 years ago.
Yeah, I think that's about right.
yeah, this came out around the same time as Looper. This came out in 2008.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to go through the whole thing. and
IMDb of Colin Farrell to try to justify any good film he's ever been in.
yeah, I got In Bruges, and I will stick by that. But
Yeah, I've
that's
never
about
seen it, so I'm gonna go ahead.
Wait, but what about? Was Minority Report not
I
a
don't
good movie?
believe I saw Minority Report, and when I say a good movie he was in, I mean like he
You're talking about him having the starring
not
role.
the starring role, but like a significant role.
I mean, he got the Golden Globe in Bruges.
That's like a Clio.
Oh, damn!
you remember what the B flats or the B sharps did with their Grammy? They threw it away.
I don't know what the B sharps are.
That.
Google the B sharps.
I'll look it up later.
It's the acapella.
He's
group.
in the Dumbo remake.
Again.
It's a acapella
Oh,
group.
Wait a minute.
The B sharps was the acapella group that Homer Simpson was in this.
Oh, jeez. Wait a
They
minute.
they won a Grammy for the song "Baby on Board."
Hold on. We got to back up for a second here. Because what the ever loving hell? A Dumbo live action?
Well, this is apparently being directed by Tim Burton, everyone's favorite director.
No, I hate that motherfucker. He single-handedly ruined Batman.
I'm with you. I do not like.
Upcoming American fantasy adventure film directed by Tim Burton.
So they're really
based
doing.
on the animated film. Will be released in 2019. Starring Colin Farrell, so he's got a lead role. Eva Green, where is she from?
Oh, she got naked in Casino Royale.
Okay. Michael
Because
Keaton.
that's how Matt Bush
Michael
relates
Keaton's in
every
this
female
movie.
actor.
Of course,
Michael Keaton, Danny DeVito,
So they both owe Tim Burton money for Batman.
Alan
But-
Arkin, and a couple other people I don't know.
So hold on. The only Dumbo movie I want to see remade is Operation Dumbo Drop with Bill Murray.
Danny Glover.
And Ray Liotta.
So
wait, Ray Liotta was in that movie?
Yes, he was.
No.
So
shit.
there's 3 movies that I love from Tim Burton, and none of them star Johnny Depp.
The Nightmare Before Christmas.
No,
Terrible.
Did not like that.
Absolutely terrible.
Shit.
Batman.
Wait, which movie? Which movie actually had not have Johnny Depp?
There's a few of them.
I would say, oh, geez.
Okay,
this
to
is
be
a
honest-
trivia
So first
question
of all,
right here.
A-list movie with so many A-list actors.
Oh,
Come on.
it's a gangster movie.
No, it's not.
It's not the gangster.
It's not what I'm thinking of.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice is one that I liked, but that's not what I'm thinking of.
What the fuck's the movie that I'm thinking of? He's
Jack
wearing a yellow.
Black is in this movie.
School of Rock.
Nope.
Well,
so is
yeah,
Jack
okay,
Nicholson,
Jack Nicholson.
Michael J. Fox, Sarah Jessica Parker.
The Aristocrats.
Aristocrat.
Wow.
Whoa, what movie am I thinking of?
Big Fish.
No, it's got Warren Beatty as the, and he's chasing a bunch of bad guys.
All right, now I'm gonna keep going.
Dick Tracy?
Dick Tracy.
Dick Tracy.
There we go.
That
No.
was
Glenn Close is in it. Annette Bening, Danny DeVito.
Bulworth.
No.
You're still on Warren
Pierce
Beatty.
Brosnan.
The Matador.
No.
New Year's Day.
No. I'm surprised you don't have it.
Why would I have it?
This movie involved an attack.
Mars Attack?
Mars Attack.
That's where I was
Terrible movie.
Mars
Natalie Portman,
Attack?
Tom Jones.
That's what I was, because I was thinking he's
Don't
he's
you
throwing-
knock it on
movie.
Tom Jones, dude.
I
Tom
mean-
Jones is the shit.
That was the thing, because you were throwing so many names out there. I'm like, okay, this movie was terrible. It's got to
the first time you watch it, it's like, what the hell am
Again,
I?
no,
a
it's
great
terrible
movie.
the entire time.
and then
It's
like
great.
and then you kind of get.
And then the
it's
other
like
movie
the-
is Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
It's like
That's terrible. The premise is
I didn't know he
fucking
directed that.
retarded.
Mars Attacks was like Napoleon Dynamite. The first time you watch it, like, what the hell am I watching?
No,
The next few times,
the first time I watched both of them, I felt like someone had came in, touched me inappropriately while I was watching the movie, while I was in a trance, and then left out the window.
I don't know if I would feel that way about Napoleon Dynamite, but I felt like I was like one notch dumber, but I felt like I got it back after the first 5 times I watched it.
I firmly disagree. I think those two movies that you just mentioned are single-handedly the worst films I've ever seen in my life.
Really? What about
Yeah.
what about Manos Hands of Fate?
Manos Hands. That's a what do you call it? A How I Met Your Mother reference.
IMDb.
So
worst
there's
movie.
a movie that just came out starring Jennifer Lawrence and Harvey how do you say his name?
Javier Bardem.
Yeah.
Javier Bardem.
Bardem.
what he said.
It's called Mother, and it is by far one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
You know what else was a really bad
Is
movie?
this out
It
apparently?
is. So that's Mother, and then I also saw, I think this year, The Cure for Wellness, which was god awful as well.
I've never seen the yeast in the bottom of an M43 company.
Oh.
It's slightly off-putting.
It's kind of
slightly off.
it's funny seeing some of the posts that show up on the group boards about the
yeast?
the sediment that is at the bottom of the cans, and people wondering,
So
is it okay to drink, or is it safe?
Of course, it's okay to
But
drink.
it's like, if it wasn't okay, it probably wouldn't be in the can, and there probably wouldn't be any beer in a can either, because if it wasn't safe, you wouldn't be.
Well,
drinking
this took a hefty left turn from yeast in the can to terrible films.
So
we started with AIM.
Yeah, I know. Now we're like talking 90s.
it. Right.
So apparently, Mother is not on the IMDb Worst 100. So.
I actually
Give
saw
it some time. It just came out.
okay.
one movie that maybe I was just too young before when I watched it. I was like 18. Was Monster. I don't know if you remember Charlize
Yeah,
Theron.
Charlize Theron. Yeah.
Like I've also seen.
Isn't that the Troy, Michigan?
She's from Rochester, but it occurs in Central Florida, like every crazy murder does. It's where she goes crazy, lesbian, hooker, murderer, murder, jail.
Damn.
I mean, that's pretty
Spoiler
much
alert.
Yeah, I mean,
There's the whole damn movie right there.
if you haven't seen the movie in the 13 years, I think your time's up.
Oh my goodness!
I don't think anyone's rushing to the family video to go to the center aisle to find Monster anytime soon.
family video?
Dude, there's family videos all over the place.
I know.
I was going to say, there's the one in
I-
Sterling Heights.
I get
Right.
phone calls all the time like,
Yeah.
hey, this is family video. You have just been nominated for a free rental, so come on in. I'm like, dude,
Hey, and
why?
you still get rentals if you got A's in a
And A's
report
on a
card.
report
Yeah, the
card, yeah.
East
Damn
Point.
right.
the
I got
East Point-
those. I got those
Oh,
for
yeah.
A's on my college report card.
Hell yeah!
I don't know what I wanted, but I wanted to see the DVD special features of one movie. So I'm like, all right. So I went. It might have been a TV show. I don't remember.
Am right. I mean, that's the thing. It just says that they just have that shit right on the board. It doesn't say how old you have to be.
Exactly.
If your ass is in high school, elementary, junior high, your ass is in college, you're 50. You got a report card. You got some A's on it. Take that shit over
hey,
to family
someone's
video.
got a Photoshop machine coming out real quick.
goodness.
Yeah, they still make a lot. Well, I'm sure they make money from like video game rentals still. 'Cause
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that's still a huge
Well, I think
market.
the thing is, like, there's
porn
no
rentals.
At
Hey,
Family
no.
Video.
No, I mean I know they have them. I've walked the space
Wait,
personally.
they have those in Family
Yeah,
Video?
they
Oh
do.
yeah, it's
It's-
over by
I
the
mean,
bathrooms usually.
Dad needs. I mean, Dad's part of the family. Dad needs it. But, I would imagine Family Video makes their money on those middle aisle videos because you can see new releases all the time. But you can't go to a Redbox and get
The dollar movies that they rent out.
like the historical movies like American History X or Malcolm X. I know completely different topics.
X-Men,
X-Men.
There's a
Men
triple
in
feature
Tights.
for your next Saturday night.
Goonies, because X marks the spot.
Yeah. But like all those movies that you have to see before you're like 20, maybe /30, you don't get those at a Redbox. You can't stream those on Netflix. You have to physically go and get them and then get confused on how to put them in your VCR.
I remember going to. So mind you, this was when Blockbuster was still around. I would have been in high school.
Oh my gosh.
And I remember having to go
worked at Blockbuster.
find like a Casablanca. No. Yeah, I think it might have been Casablanca. It was an older movie. It was for a film and lit class that I was in. And I remember
Casablanca,
having
they
to
had a
spend like
relaunch, you know, too.
$5 to rent this damn movie, and I was so pissed.
5 discs?
No, 1 disc at Blockbuster.
Damn.
Yeah, we took people over the coals. But it's probably you probably got the reboot because they redid it in like 2002 and then
No,
you know,
if they would have like redid it, like redo all the scene, not redo the movie, like re-record the movie.
No, I mean like they did a reboot. Of
Yeah,
the
I
movie.
understand what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah, no, I recall like all the stuff, and I'm like, I hate like life so much that I spent $5. But that's also like they got me for foreign flicks because Blockbuster had a bunch of foreign flicks.
Yes.
And I needed
That was literally like the greatest job I had. You could
Blockbuster?
Yeah, it was so great. I made like $10 an hour as an 18-year-old. I could show up whenever I wanted to and do nothing or do everything or just take a dump in the back room. And all I had to do was like walk the floor and ask people if they needed something, and then I mean, I knew how to categorize the alphabet, so I would just point them in a direction.
Wow.
Gosh.
Goodness.
there was. Oh, go on, Rob.
Oh, I was gonna say because I was actually gonna throw some beer stuff out there since we are a beer podcast.
What's
and
that?
all.
Well, we still have an hour and a half.
I know.
We have as long as we want. Fuck it.
But obviously, with the Great American Beer Festival that's going on this weekend, which is primarily the reason why we don't have a guest.
yeah, everyone's
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah, everyone's gone.
Or busy because everyone else in the company is gone.
Right.
Gone because of-
Forbes put out an article about the most popular beers at the Great American Beer Fest. And their list really isn't that long considering there's supposed to be like 3,500 beers that are there. Their list only has, we'll say, roughly 7 breweries. But it's rather interesting that one of them is a Michigan brewery.
Can I guess which one it is?
I'll guess the
Since
other
you're
one.
looking at the article, no.
I haven't gotten the article yet.
If you guess one of
But
them,
I
I'm
was
gonna guess the
actually
other
going to
one.
have you guys guess what you thought it
I
was.
pulled up the article. I'm going to let the other two guess it.
All right.
Well, this kind of goes off one of my things that I was going to talk about.
Oh, hi.
A soft skin secret, yeah, for sure.
Oh.
So I saw that. I'm gonna go with Founders because this week I saw the top 10 or Untapped for 2017. Number 1 was All Day IPA. So I'm gonna go ahead and put Founders as my guess.
As Ken was shaking his head because I think he already knows. I mean,
I know because somebody posted it,
Ah,
and somebody who works for the company posted
I
it.
see. So
Mr. Wes O'Leary of
Outside Ales.
Outside Ales. There you go.
shout out to Wes O'Leary.
So what was
Shout out to
one?
Josh
So
Gordon.
top 100 beers in the world.
Well, no. It was basically their list of the most popular beers at the 2017, festival, and they listed quite a short list of breweries between Great Notion, Melvin's Brewing, Abnormal Brewing, Scratch Brewing, Weldworks, The Rare Barrel, and Oddside, which I thought that was kind of interesting for Oddside to be on the list, considering the fact that we have Bell's, we have Founders, we have.
Is it like an off the map though?
Arcadia.
Is it one of those? Is it a list that says like, hey, you're gonna get trapped by these big guys, but check these small guys too?
Well, if you're looking at the list, probably just because I don't recall a lot of them. Like there's no Dogfish Head, there's no Russian River, there's no Avery, there's no.
Did Dogfish Head maybe just send a C&D to Forbes because they have a beer named after that?
I see what you did there. I laughed. Quite possibly. Yeah, I think it was just kind of like highlighting a bunch of breweries that maybe like, hey, check these guys out just because, you know all these other brewers. And even if you've heard, like, just because we don't get Russian River here, probably a lot of out-of-state people are going to Russian River. Just try out all these other breweries that you can get.
And one of the ones that they mentioned, well, really, they mentioned two different beers in the article, but one of them they mentioned, definitely one of my favorites, and I kind of wish they didn't mention it because then that just means more people are going to go after it.
Want to drink it
right, is the Rye Hipster, the Rye Hipster Brunch Stout, which is definitely one of my favorites from last year. The other one they mentioned was the Pog, which was the ale with the passion fruit, orange, and guava. But that Rye Hipster, which I really hope that they put a bit more of the distribution of that out this year, that I would absolutely love to get some more of that. But other than that, I think the only one that I'm actually kind of really excited about and waiting for is CBS. I mean,
what's that? Like CBS,
Founders
Central
CBS,
Broadcasting System?
Yes, the Founders
Syndicate?
Canadian Breakfast Stouts has nothing to do with the Central Broadcasting System or anything of that nature.
What about the Turner Broadcasting Center?
TBS,
CBS, the Super
Turkish Breakfast Stout.
Turkish Breakfast Stout.
So it tastes like Pall Malls.
Now that would be that would actually be using Turkish coffee.
What about like tobacco leaves coffee? And
Tobacco breakfast. It was like tobacco breakfast stout.
That sounds like something that like
now that'll
Wicked
taste like
Weed
Pall
would
Malls.
make. I mean, considering you got all the fields that are out there in the Carolinas.
Yeah, dry
that,
tobacco.
you
Come
know-
on, I think there'd be a different. I mean, is there? I don't know. Maybe there's a law against it. But
I mean, you'd
it'd be
have
something
to.
weird.
I mean, that's
In a world where we have
liquid
cannabis
tobacco.
In a world where we have cannabis beers, we don't have tobacco beers.
But we have cannabis beers that don't have THC. I mean, that's the whole point. Otherwise, the ATF would be shutting everybody down.
That's got to be the.
I mean, you've got the one brewery that's out in Colorado that 2 years ago at the Great American Beer Fest that made I think it was called Secret Stash, and
Burt Macklin shut 'em down?
it was a cannabis infused IPA that they took out all the THC was out, but the ATF basically shut them down and they didn't even care. So, I mean, it's something.
Burt Macklin, FBI.
It was it was another article I actually saw this week about the potential of cannabis infused IPAs being the next trend of IPAs. But it's gotta obviously get through government regulation first before
Purple sticky punch.
it's the stickiest of the icky.
the Maui Super Wowie.
I mean, if it can't even get out of Colorado, then
Well, I guess if
it's not going anywhere just yet.
Yeah.
But I mean, what if like brewers in Colorado, where it's recreationally allowed, they can distribute it in Colorado? They just can't take it across.
Apparently
the line.
not.
So you got to understand is that Colorado, it's decriminalized. It's not illegal.
Right, decriminalized in the state.
Yeah,
it's still federally illegal.
Federally illegal. Therefore, ATF would be.
And
Those alphabet boys.
And the feds still consider marijuana a class. What is it? A
Schedule
class
one.
one.
Class 1,
Class
yeah,
1.
It's just like heroin.
So it's nothing like.
Well,
heroin.
that's the thing, and a lot of people don't understand, and we can, be a little lesson of better on draft. So just because, like the city we're in Royal Oak, which is right next to Ferndale, which is where our old studio was. Ferndale, it is decriminalized to smoke marijuana in the city, but if you get pulled over by an Oakland County sheriff in the city of Ferndale, you could still get in trouble. State trooper, city of Ferndale, still get in trouble. So it's, again, you have to be really careful when you talk about stuff like decriminalization versus legal, because, yes, it's legal in all the sense to where nobody's going to touch you in the state of Colorado because the ATF doesn't care that you have 3 ounces of Afghan Kush.
Right.
Or the FBI or anyone, DEA. They don't care.
How do you know about Afghan Kush?
I don't know. It's the internet.
Acapulco Gold.
I was going to say, you've known me for longer than anyone here.
Yeah.
You know I don't smoke at all.
I know.
And I don't care. I'm like, somebody, I went to one of the family fairs yesterday or 2 days ago over in Detroit, and they're like, "Hey, would you sign a petition to get marijuana?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, I want to get marijuana legal." Stuff's just annoying to not be legal. The amount of money we can make as a state.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Like when Colorado's
hell out of it.
Colorado's on a
Colorado's rolling.
surplus, I'm like,
They're rolling.
the stuff that we need. So before we go on a break, I want to
Jerry
go through.
Seinfelding.
I want to go through and ask because we all had.
No, I don't smoke weed.
No, I don't care. No. So we all obviously used AIM one point in our lives. What
Yes.
was your screen name, or at least just one of your screen names?
Okay.
LQ Muda 920.
What is 920?
That September 20th, my birthday.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, the LQ coming from Laser Quest.
Yep. Rob?
When I first signed up for AOL, I was too young to have it myself, so it had to be under my mom. So,
Oh, then I'll definitely tell you my other one then, but go
So-
on with yours.
so mine was pretty much my mom's initials, so it was KY Miller. I knew you guys were gonna do that too.
I'm sorry.
I knew you
Matt
guys were
Bush,
gonna
what
do
about you?
Oh, gosh.
Chief Holla?
No, Chief Holla never made the handle. Chief Holla was
Chief Holla was born in a frat house.
no Chief Holla. Actually, that's a different story. That's a very off-air story. When I first got AIM, I think I might have had 20 screen names because I was a troll, like a straight up catfish troll.
That's changed.
Oh, we got a
got a
follow.
follower?
Anyways, so I'm a
No,
big,
we got a donation. Thank you very
What?
much. Kitty Bits for $5 donation.
Thank you,
Thank
Kitty
you, Kitty
Bits.
Bits.
so
Podcast forever.
I was both a Red Hot Chili Peppers fan and a wrestling fan when I first started.
Yeah.
So my first screen name ever was Stone Cold Bush. I mean, come on, Blood, Sugar, Sex, Magic, and then
Right.
No, we got it.
and then later in life, in high school life, I ended my screen name with Primetime Bush.
Like, I'm not even mad because that's your name. So, all right. So for me, I had a similarity with Rob in regards to the fact that when I had an AOL screen name for the first time. So my first screen name ever was Slimmin' Down 1. That's Slim N Down 1. Yes, that was my screen name because it was my mother's. And then I ended all of my screen names, everything. The last one that I owned was Keg of Kenko.
Okay,
Keg
well,
of
okay.
Kenko.
So I feel like this is a safe space, even though that we are on a public platform.
That could be heard around the world.
I have a lot of friends from the German club that I was involved with as a teenager.
German.
Yeah, because I'm super. I mean, if you can't tell by the blonde hair and blue eyes that we're the perfect race, then you don't know.
That's racist.
Wow, you need to finish before we go on break.
Yeah,
Damn
dude,
right.
You're gonna
I
get
was
your
known
ass
as
kicked.
the king of Detroit because I was from Detroit and all my friends were out of town.
You're
so.
about to be a snake on a plane, motherfucker, because I can't believe you just said that shit.
That was it? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
All right.
Good.
We are going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with the Better on Draft podcast. If shit like that happens, just be like, hey, I know this is happening. Just fix it for me, and I will.
know. You told
Even
me
if I
that.
don't fix it, I have a call. We're
you-
3-2. And we are back, Better on Draft podcast 103.
103.
I have terrible news.
Oh, no.
Jackie Chan just confirmed Rush Hour 4 is going to occur.
Oh gosh.
You son of a bitch. I'm like, he just did the prisoner, the foreigner. I didn't see that. Oh, you're an ass.
Rush Hour 4.
Do you not understand the words that are coming out of his mouth?
Yeah, no shit.
Hey, well done.
Oh, gosh.
See what I did there?
Yeah, I did.
So, which one of you just said that?
Anyways, before we get to the news, football. How about that? Yeah,
Lions are 3-1.
3-1, and the Better on Draft team. Wait, what's that?
I said Steelers are 3-1.
Who?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Didn't you almost lose to the Jaguars?
That's this week.
That's this Sunday.
Oh, are you going to lose to the Jaguars this week?
I don't know. I mean,
Matt can see in the
we
future.
we always have at least 2 stupid losses. So we've already had one. Let's see if we can just get.
Yeah, when you
Let's
guys
get
lose to
this
the
one out of the
Lions,
way.
it won't be stupid. You'll just
I'd
give
like to
them
propose a bet with Rob.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
So the Steelers are coming to town.
October 29th.
Yes.
I think if the Lions win, you have to show up in either a Ravens jersey or a Browns jersey.
Why?
Neither of which I don't have, nor will I ever spend the money
Why?
to get.
Why? Why?
Well, hold on.
I know
hold on.
why Cleveland, but why Ravens?
Well, because the Ravens are the original Cleveland, and they are also the bitter rival.
Yeah, but Baltimore's won how many?
So back you gotta. So obviously you would have to purchase some form of Browns or
Yeah.
Baltimore garb. But now you have to name if you
well-
want to accept the bet.
I'm willing to put
You
up
have-
half the money for the jersey.
I'm
Because
I'm
if-
not buying that shit. Period.
if the Steelers win, I'd be happy to show up.
If you had one and
I can
then
acquire
I
one.
had to wear it, then yeah, I would.
Does it
So what
burn
you're
when you're
saying
out,
is you're not confident in your Steelers.
I'm saying that I'm not spending my fucking money on
Okay,
some
what about-
piece of shit
I'm with
jersey.
Rob. I would never spend
What
money on
about
that
Packers?
shit.
See,
What about
you have to
Packers
realize that being a fan of the Steelers, that there are certain logos that belong at the basin of my toilet. The Ravens, the Browns, the Bengals, the
Patriots?
Cowboys, and the Raiders, and the Titans, because they are the franchise of the Houston Oilers. So by default, the Titans get in too.
no Patriots, no Green Bay Packers,
He said the Pats.
no Packers.
No. I didn't say Packers. I didn't say Patriots. I'm talking about overall history, overall rivalry. Patriots, that stuff to me is still relatively new because that's within the last 10 years. Packers,
I'm
that's
sure I can get you a Cowboys jersey. I'm sure I can get you a Browns jersey. I will buy you the Browns jersey, in fact. Actually, I would buy you a Browns cheerleader outfit if the Lions beat the Browns.
I am not going to be walking around here like a fat ass Ezekiel Elliott in a crop top shirt.
Tracy Morgan.
Hell to
Hey,
the
Paul Crew.
nah. We'll figure that out later because
I was willing to wear a Bears or a Packers jersey.
We'll like that's really something you're gonna really give give 2 shits about.
I'll wear an Ohio State jersey.
Yeah. Anyway,
but
what
I-
were we gonna
No. Hold on. Time out. I got it.
Oh shit.
He's gonna wear a Broncos jersey, Western Michigan.
No, that's a separate bet that I have going on. You don't realize there is a Bronco flag hanging outside my house at this moment as we speak.
Yeah, because rowed a boat. Fuck you, son.
So November 1st, I believe, the Broncos play the Chippewas in
Damn
Kalamazoo with Sugar Shane Morris, former product of Michigan, at the helm.
That's some straight
I
rivalry.
get my central flag out in front of my house again. Thank Jesus.
We
So we do have a FanDuel set up. We've won the last
3
weeks.
We're 3-1.
So we have 4 bottles going into this
say
upcoming.
what are we adding this week?
I am adding a Mocha Munt from Oddside Ales.
Oh, a quote unquote infected.
no, it's not infected. This is one of the new bottles for sure. So it's
So
not
Mocha
infected.
Munt.
It's not quote unquote infected. This is literally a new bottle, Mocha Munt.
Nice. All right.
Yes.
So we got 4 bottles going to a potential winner.
If you can beat us.
If you can
If
beat,
you can beat us.
So
beat
pay
the
attention to
host.
Better on Draft's Facebook page. You'll be able to go in. It's free. You do have to pick up the beer in person, Detroit or Royal Oak.
Yeah, we could. I'll do the shipping.
Oh, okay. Matt
Wow,
will do
look
the
at that.
shipping.
Matt will cover shipping. Matt will lie to the FedEx girl and say, "No, this isn't alcohol."
No, they're yeast samples.
Yeah, exactly. Yeast sample. I got the bottle for the next one for next week because I got one that can go perfect.
About to say, we actually saw an uptick in participation last week too.
We did, and I'm sure as we give out more and more, but there's only 20 people that can join. So
Yeah,
better get your ass in
first
there
come,
quick.
first serve.
Yep.
including us. I
So
don't know
we've
if
got,
we got
Backwoods Bastard 2015 Barrel Aged Scotty
Scotty
Rum
Cotty.
Barrel Aged
Scotty.
for Elf,
Scotty.
and now Mocha Munt.
Is that barrel aged?
It is a barrel aged beer.
it's basically a barrel aged Girl Scout Thin Mint.
See, I don't, maybe I just got dropped as a child, but I never liked the chocolate plus mint combination.
I didn't
That's
like it
always
either.
been a
I mean,
stickler for me.
between that one, Right Brains, Naughty
Girl
Girl,
Stout.
and I swear there's another one. I would probably say Mocha Mountain is definitely up there.
I mean, I understand the combination of something thick and hearty like the chocolate and something clean and fresh like a mint. I just, like, mint chocolate chip is the ice cream I probably would never have ever again. I don't know what it is. I just don't like those flavors together. So, hey, please win this bottle because I'm not taking it home.
Well, they're winning everything. I want that backwoods bastard, but I can't win it.
Yeah,
Correct.
I'll take the.
I just have to beat
Backwards
everybody else, or help in beating everybody else. And unfortunately, my teams have not been. They've been up there. It's like sometimes like
Dan
sometimes
won
like
last week.
next
Dan
to
won
last.
last
Dan
week,
won
yeah.
last week.
I think we should have a for pride, a belt amongst us. If we win, then someone gets the belt that week.
You can invest in that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can always invest in one of those fake WWE foam ones.
I need to actually get a belt for trivia because one
Trivia belt.
Oh yeah, one of my other fellow co-hosts, the Dave Johnson, he has a belt that he gives to his winningest team throughout all of his shows.
You know what you should do? Party hats and kazoos. It's cheap. You could say, hey, you win. Here's your party hat.
Yeah, that is
One
true.
party hat for the team, one kazoo for the team.
No, one of those rolly things. What are those things called?
They're just part
What
of
about,
it.
what about a vuvuzela?
Oh hell no! I ain't putting up with that shit.
So, as always with segment 2,
Here is Robert with the Beer News.
You do have a sweet intro. I'm kind of jealous.
Thank you. It's a really good, it's a pretty sweet intro. All right, so we're gonna go through the news brought to you by North Center Brewing, found in Northville, Michigan, 410 North.
Center Road.
Completely lost myself.
As Matt and Ken put their.
You're literally looking at the directions on your phone right now. And
Oh,
you
man.
can't.
You had to
Because
walk
I
that-
said north, and then I looked down and I saw just
North,
N, and for some reason I just
center.
my brain just shat itself.
You're
So
literally looking
can't
at
I'm
wait to see
literally
that.
looking at the address that says 410 North Center Drive.
Oh, seeing
which
that on
of course
Twitch was
is
awesome.
Just like about a hop, skip, and a jump from Baseline, or as Eminem refers
Welcome
to it
to 8 Mile
as
Road.
the 8 Mile.
Boom.
So
the 8 mile. Not any 8 mile.
not any 8 Mile.
The
the
8 Mile
The
Road.
8 Mile. So
or for near highway if you're on.
definitely, if there's still some coconut brown over there, go get some of that, and probably grab this brewery Magic Coconut and do a side by side and see how much probably better.
Get
the
really
North
drunk.
Center
See what
is.
it's like.
Speaking of which, how is the Magic Coconut down there?
It's all right.
Shit. I need
It's all right. It's not.
all right.
It's not the coconut brown.
It's a little heavy.
Yeah,
a
it's
little heat.
Yeah.
That is a little heavy.
Yeah.
Needs to sit a little longer.
Oh yeah. All right, so we're gonna go through a couple things. Here's one that's been kind of popping up lately in the world because some spots, including Chicago's Red Arrow Tap Room, is putting up self-serve tap rooms. Basically, Red Arrow is letting customers, the moment they walk in the door, they talk to the host or hostess, they set up a tab, and they're given a card, which is, I don't know, kind of like, Dave and Buster style, where they basically go up to the tap, throw the card in or whatever beer they want, pour their own pint, and a good time is had by all until, they continue to go from beer to beer to beer and then, pay their tab when they're done. So locations is apparently is becoming a thing because this place is not the only one, because there's probably within the last 12 months, there's about 3 other locations that have been doing this. Well, actually, I think 2 others. There's another place called Tapster and another place called Navigator, which Tapster has 62 taps.
Shit.
Well, Tapster, is that like a 90s reference?
It probably is. I'm waiting for Metallica to sue their asses.
Just Lars.
Right. just Lars. So Tapster's got 62 taps, and then you've got Navigator and then Red Arrow, which both have 48 taps themselves. And then actually another place that I saw was actually a university in the United Kingdom Reading University has their own self-serve beer tap, which is a 16-tap wall, which allows students to basically buy a beer using a debit or credit card. But essentially, the whole process is them paying for it and then them pouring it themselves. Some people are kind of saying that the practice kind of takes away the whole idea of servers, and there's always that thought that people are going to lose their job to robots. You just kind of lost your job to
Robeers.
Robeers. Exactly.
Robert.
I see what you did there.
Aha.
So I guess, kind of big deal, little deal, or no deal. I mean, does it seem like we're going to be starting to go into this age where tap rooms are going to essentially be automated?
No.
Yeah, you know what? I saw this on, I don't know if you guys ever watch Bar Rescue. They had a thing where you would, your server comes in, greets you, she checks everyone's ID, and then they give you a key fob, not unlike you would have. You remember those mobile speed
I know
passes?
exactly what episode. It was the pirate bar that they changed.
Yeah, so that you literally put your key to the wall, and then it pours it for you. Because my concern with your concept is if I'm pouring my own beer, I could pour it onto the ground. I could pour multiple beers. Do I know I'm getting? Because it would literally you would.
It's going to count by ounce. It's
yeah,
not
so
gonna
you put
count.
your beer down. Your liquid tender would drop it in 16 ounces. Whether
there's the problem is the way you pour. Because if you don't pour it right,
Well, I
then
think,
you
again,
just have
head.
Basically, you just have 10 ounces of head, and they're like 6 ounces of yeah. Size of head matters. Thank you, Matt. Okay.
10 ounces of head. Ounces.
I've already ruined the show once. I'm not going to do it again with another.
You sure?
Pun. Yep. Dialing it back. But like, if you go to like the Folding Warehouse, they have that bottoms up system.
Oh yeah.
There's absolutely no waste on that.
No,
So, if
unless
you were-
some jackass wonders what the hell does this thing do?
But then that's after the pour, though.
Right.
So you swipe, you get your cup, you put it down, 16 ounces. Like, I think it's genius, to be honest. I mean,
It is an awesome system. It
just
really
like
is.
Ken, like I think you're still gonna need someone to get food. I mean, you could still be. It could be like an Applebee's where they give you an iPad, and you choose your menu, but someone's still gonna bring it out to you. They're still gonna tend to you. They're gonna bring you your waters and so on and so forth. There's gonna be less servers, but there's still gonna be a need for a public face to this virtual bartender. I mean, I think it's great. If I could afford this system, I would.
I mean, it seems like the only public face is. Well, I mean, I guess
Well, you
let
need
me take it back
bussers,
because
you
you
need
got the
servers for
bussers,
the food.
you have the host or hostess.
You know what I wanna see?
And in some places, like I believe, because with Red Arrow, that they do have a full kitchen, so they do have servers to some extent.
And where you lose server jobs, you're going to increase tech jobs.
Which are higher paying. But anyways, you know what I want to see? Now that we're into driverless cars, especially driverless Ubers, I want to see, okay, craft beer crowd, this is where you hate me. I want to see AB or Miller Coors team up with Uber or Lyft and get driverless beer dispensing cars.
Oh hell no!
Driverless cars. So instead of a driver, there's a keg, and you can do what you do. You pay to swipe, and you can pregame in the car.
I mean, so long as
Let's
I
do
mean
it.
the
Do it.
first thing that would have to happen, of course, is that there has
Drive
to be
me drunk.
There has
Drive
to
me
be
drunk.
a magnetic strip reader to be able to read your license to definitely make sure that you're over
That
21.
technology exists.
Yeah, that exists. But what's to say that some kid down the street is having a party after a senior prom and his mom or his dad or his brother or uncle left their driver's license?
Only one swipe per 5 minutes on the same ID.
Doesn't matter. It's still the ID itself. You could just take your dad's ID.
Yeah.
And
Okay, but I would say same ID can only be swiped once every 20 minutes on the same system. That way
Or the ID has to match the name on a credit card.
there you go. And only once per 20 minutes.
It's a start. It
I've-
probably is not. It's not. I don't think it's a finish.
Hold on,
but
I got
it's a definite start.
it. Brewer. And I
And
get it away from him.
It's right
please.
behind your computer. Why are
and
you
you-
yelling?
I would
at
say,
me?
and you
Wow,
just got
reached
sued.
it that far? Damn.
That's a C&D right there.
What is it? Is Bruber?
Is short tail. Thank you. You're still getting a C&D for that one. It's too close.
Well, I mean, there's no Brift.
Well, I mean, maybe that's why there's no porn channel like called Boober
One.
or
Probably
BoobTube.
right.
Brew driver.
Brew
We got a brew giver. Can we get a brew driver?
a brew driver,
I'm calling for a brew driver.
right?
You just want the car to show up to give you beer.
Hold on,
mean-
wouldn't that?
But just
Hold on,
I mean, a
Instead of
driverless
the ice
car
cream
should-
man, it's the beer
yes,
man.
Yes, I had this idea. Could you imagine if you're at a frat party or you're at a house party, and instead of saying "shit, we're out of beer," you hear the beer truck come up, and it literally has just fridges full of car.
There are
and you
so
can just-
many. Oh my
No,
god!
there are
there's-
literally zero problems.
There's so many regulations that would
I-
have
I-
to be done with this.
This is the only
'Cause, I
place
mean,
I-
I mean, you're talking about it being driverless to show up.
No, that
to read the car. Read the
that I'm okay. No, ice cream truck with driver shows up delivering 30 packs like Santa Claus on Christmas. Okay, it's a cold truck. It's like the Swans guy. You ever see the Swans?
Oh
guy?
yes, I've seen the Swans
It's that
guy.
guy.
I've wondered what the fuck the
Is
Swans
that
guy
an ice
even
cream
is.
paint job?
Cream on the outside, clean on the inside. So
All right, Doro.
no, I think that's Jeezy actually.
No, it's Doro. Jeezy covered it.
But could you imagine? Yes. I called the state Congress on this exact idea. I want party stores to buy ice cream trucks, their liquor license to transfer, and then drive up and down the streets of especially college towns stocked with cases of beer, selling them to drunk co-eds. Because guess what? You could.
I mean, if you could sell $5 burgers just sitting on a stoop.
Do you not think you could sell a $30 case of Natty Light, a $30 30 pack, instead of like making them walk to the store like at 1 o'clock in the morning? You don't think someone's drunk enough to give you
Unfortunately,
Go to
$30
like
for
Michigan
six beers?
State, and you're over at like Hubbard and Acres, just like doing a circle around all the
Get some
the
pop
housing.
music instead of like lullaby.
Unfortunately, just even despite the quality of beer, yes, I think that could actually work.
I was gonna say you'd have to do like you have to get some like type of beer in like enthused song.
What about
like,
shot? Everybody.
Yeah, but then they'd expect shots from
exactly.
you.
Then
No,
they're
you just-
expecting shots.
Okay, then you pull over in front of the frat house, you sell Jello shots, and you sell 30 packs, and then you go right down the block for 15 minutes, and then you go on the next block, and you just do little circles.
I was gonna say you could probably make a killing.
You would
selling
make
Jello shots
bank.
and shit.
As they would say in Step Brothers, I want to make bank, bro. Cashing checks and snapping necks, bro.
What?
I thought they just said boats and hoes a bunch of times in that,
Right,
that
yeah.
movie.
Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria. Nachos, lemon heads,
Wow.
my dad's
This
boat.
is happening.
Oh my gosh.
All right, moving
Won't go
on.
down with. Never mind.
Moving on. Survey took input from 1,200 American individuals who said that, and this is always something that seems to definitely get on Ken's brow here.
What?
They are alcohol consumers, and only 30% said that independence was extremely important when it came to who brewed the beer.
What?
30%.
I'm confused.
Only 30% people care about craft beer.
Right. Basically, you know, they're saying that, and based on a survey that independence was extremely important when deciding what beer to purchase.
But didn't we establish that 7 out of 10 people are a macro drinker anyways? And it's only the 30% that really drink craft beer?
Yeah, because for every it's more than that. It's like
For every
like,
10 beers, I thought seven out of every 10 beer was a Miller or a Bud Light.
You're talking Miller or Bud Light.
Yeah.
Not Molson, Labatt, Miller Light, Coors Light,
I thought
Bud
it was a
Light,
Macro
Bud.
lager.
No. At one point, I remember looking at a stat, and it's for every craft beer made, 12 ounce to 12 ounce, it's 3 Bud Lights for every craft beer.
I mean, that still fits the model. I mean, so then you have, it's 6.5, 7.5 till.
But that's Bud Light. That doesn't
Yeah.
include.
That does include Coors
Coors
Light,
Light,
Michelob,
Bud.
all of those. Labatt.
Sorry, I hijacked that.
So there was another one. 40% said that the quality of beer stays the same after a brewery is purchased, while 11% said they believe the brand improves when it's purchased. So the question kind of for craft breweries is, can 30% of drinkers who actually care if their beer comes from an independent brewery support more than 5,000 breweries?
I'm gonna just chime in. Yes, because if you drink let's go to anywhere. If you drink a pint of Bud Light, it will cost you roughly $2.50. If you drink a pint of XYZ craft beer,
it's a Thursday.
Okay. But if you so like you buy a 6-pack of Bud Light, it's $4 at the party store. If you buy a 6-pack of Sam Adams, it's like $9. So that 30% of people is willing to pay 2 times the cost for a better beer. So I mean, the economics works to where I would say that if you went dollar to dollar, that 30% of Americans that you talked spend about, I would say, within 10% of what the other 70% charge.
Okay.
So I mean, there's the same amount of money going into the industry. It just depends on where it's coming from. The craft beer drinker is less often than the Budweiser drinker because you got that Budweiser drinker drinking a case a day, but you're putting in twice the cost per ounce as you are on a craft beer. Thus, the money is the same.
Matt hit it right on the head. So you're saying, like 30% of drinkers care that their beer comes from an independent brewer, yet independent brewers, craft brewers only cover how much of the market? 10%?
No, you just said 30%.
No. That's 30% of people.
Right, 30% of people. And granted, it's a very small scale because, I mean, we're only talking 1,200 people.
30% drink 10%.
Well, it's the 80-20 rule. Like 80% of people drink 20% of the beer, and 20% of people drink 80% of the beer. I mean, it's one of those, like, it's not Feinbaum. Who's that asshole? Carnegie or something like that? Who says, it's...
He has a hall?
Not him. It's Maxwell, I think it is. But, like, 80% of beer drinkers drink 20% of beer. But the 20%, those craft beer drinkers drink 80% of the cooler.
I feel like I'm thinking about Naked Gun right now, where that scene where they're saying the dude has a 50-50 chance to live, and he's only got a 20% chance of that.
Does he have a wife?
Well, I guess it kind of makes me think about, the whole label thing and the whole independent craft labels. And how
I'm cutting you off right now.
All
I'm
right.
sorry because I'm ready
Soapbox.
to go.
Go.
No, not soapbox. How many things have you purchased because it says made in Detroit?
So many.
As long as it didn't have Kid Rock's name on it. I mean,
now, like that is a Detroit mindset. Now expand that. Expand that to Michigan. That's a Michigan mindset even more. Now expand that to the USA. That's a USA mindset, made in the USA. Where
those come with red hats.
No, the red hats were made in China.
China.
No, so you have this. I want to buy local. Buy local. That's the whole thing. You go to Easter Market, buy local. You go to a flea market, buy local. You go to a grocery store, they have buy local, Michigan made, Michigan farm, Michigan this, U.S. this. That's the whole thing. That's why people buy local. So when you're talking about the 30%, you're talking about the hipster douchebags who are pretty much buying local for everything, which is fine. I don't mind that. I don't think you're a bad person. I don't think you're negative, but I think that's where that number comes from.
Yeah, and I think it's also the dollars. Like those people who are buying local recognize that it's going to cost them more, and they're willing to do it because they know that. You sell to John down the street, you pay an extra couple of bucks that pays his light bill. So when you sell something, John's going to buy from you.
But
he's going to pay a couple extra dollars to pay your light bill.
Even that 30%, it's not type group. So you buy something, but it's not Anheuser-Busch. Or, but it's not Big Beer. Well, you buy Founders. Well, it's not Anheuser-Busch. Well, you buy Goose Island. Well, it's not really Anheuser-Busch because it's Goose Island. And then you buy Bourbon County, and it's not really Goose Island. This is their special brand. Like they'll make excuses to drink the beer they want to. There is a very rare amount of people out there who will go independent only.
And you know what? I think the rise of breweries nationally, like it gives you an outlet, like locally, to know the guy that's brewing the beer, to be friends with him, to enjoy his beer. Like we've had so many people on the show that we've become friends with, and we can go to their establishment, we can support them, we can drink quality beer.
But those are also the people that are out talking to people too. We're not
They're
talking,
educating.
They're not educating. They're the owners. Like you go to Downey Brewing,
Yeah.
and you see Dean, Dan, you see all the brothers,
Oh,
the
yeah,
mothers.
he's
You see
yeah.
them all out there. They're not hiding in the back. You go to Ascension. I've been to Ascension a few times. You see Adam out there. Or actually, you see Adam in the kitchen more than anything.
Yeah.
You go to North Center Brewing, and you see Kevin out there. You see all the brewers out there
And I
hanging
think my thought
out.
is, it gives you a local place, a local face. It's like Cheers, where everybody knows your name. As stilly as that is, you know,
Stilly?
Stilly?
Stilly. Like
Is that Bigly?
lost my point.
So,
already.
all right. So, I guess quick question, because obviously there was such there was such a you know, a drop off from Wicked Weed when Wicked Weed was bought by ABI. Give me what you think your percentage is of the people who basically shat on Wicked Weed because they were bought by ABI that actually went back and still drink Wicked Weed.
85.
Higher than that.
Yeah, I think.
90.
I'd say 98, 99.
So
I don't think it's that close.
1 out of every 50 people shunned Wicked Weed for being Anheuser-Busch. I think that's pretty. 1 out of 50?
I mean, Wicked Weed's national, right? So
Not at all.
No,
You're talking couple states, max.
Well, okay, yeah. I mean, I thought 85 would be a conservative estimate. I think there are people who just thought like Wicked Weed has a tap room, right? I would imagine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is it like where they have a production facility and then a tap room, or is it like one and one?
I'm sure they'll have a production
So
facility
you
now.
ready? Wicked Weed, North Carolina, which is where the brewery is. Texas. That's it.
Well, my thought is, let's say, you know, we have him on the show a few times. Baffin gets bought. You know, Evan said if they backed up the Brinks truck, he would say sure, as long as we can ensure the quality is the same. Like, it's not that I wouldn't drink Baffin. It's just I might frequent Jamex or Shipwreck just because I know that money's going directly into those people's pockets. I mean, Evan's already got $100 million. So if he doesn't, you know, pour me a 4-ounce pint, it's not going to hurt him. But if I go to Jamex and I give him my $4, that's something he's going to put on his sons, James and Alex.
Well, it's the same thing when you go to Brown Iron Brew House over in Washington Township. Just
See what you did there.
you know, you go check out, and whether it's their beer or the beer that they present there, because they have a tap house, a lot of more guest taps than I, the 65 guest taps, I guess, with 69 taps for them being their own.
69.
Heading out to Brown Iron, you get food, you get all that stuff, you get great pub trivia like Quizzo over there. And
Yes.
They
you know,
just missed the Oktoberfest Steinhoisting competition.
you just missed the
so tone
Steinhoist.
rotator cuffs aside, go back.
So
They
we're
just-
actually
They just tapped their Eisenfest Brown Iron. Their own.
What does that mean?
It's a beer. It's an Oktoberfest beer.
we're gonna be right back. Better on Draft Podcast.
Gosh, what an idiot.
Dude, she's donated money to us. I
Yes, sir.
appreciate that.
Up to
Are we sure it's a
$8.50.
she?
What's that?
I said, are we sure it's a she?
We are, and we are live, episode 103
So just a
of the
couple
Better on Draft
So,
podcast. Hello, Matt.
Before we get back,
Hey, Matt.
Oh, we're actually fully live.
We are
just on
fully
Twitch?
live, yeah.
We're
I
live.
thought I was coming back before we were going live, but that's fine.
No, sir.
So I said a minute 30 till we were live, and then a minute 30 happened,
And then we're live.
and then we're live.
So 5 questions, or are we still talking some news?
No, we're talking about whatever the hell you wanted to talk
Yeah,
about.
it's your
You wanted
segment.
you want to throw something in there? Go for it.
Segment
So-
3 is the Matt Bush segment.
Segment 3 is the Matt Bush segment. All right.
This is where
So-
he tells us that his fiance is pregnant.
Really?
So I have good news and I have bad news. Which one do you like?
Let's start with the bad news.
Start with the bad news.
Well, the
Always
good
start with
news
bad
is-
news. God damn it. What's the point of asking if you're going to do it?
I have retired Name Dat Beer.
Oh, no.
Aw.
What I've replaced it is the Worrisome Growler of Truth.
What the
What?
hell is...
So this is a growler of craft beer, and I will let you use any source of media online, sans
Hold it up.
Beer Advocate,
Pull it up for people to see.
So this is currently this is the worrisome growler of truth. However, it will have a paint job sometime, and it will be very sad.
So you're keeping this growler, and then you're just gonna.
So instead of giving you a really bad 24-ounce beer, I will be giving you a craft beer from now on. I will be giving you.
Wow.
I will be giving you 3 questions,
This just got harder.
and I will read you the most recent Beer Advocate post on that beer.
Okay. All right.
So you will. So what's going to happen is I'm going to open this, which I've already taken off the tape, and I will let you choose. I'll let you smell it and choose how much you're willing to drink.
Choose how much you're willing to drink.
I mean, it's
This is
I'll
Jeopardy.
take,
This is Jeopardy gone the wrong
I'd like
way.
to bid half a solo cup, please.
I was gonna say, is this like what's the name that tune? Like I can name that beer in 3 sips.
You're gonna smell it. You're gonna put it. It's still gonna be a collective issue. You're still gonna ask me three closed-ended questions. I'm gonna try to focus on Michigan beers. This one, full disclosure, I got it from Wilson. So please don't look at Wilson's. On tap list currently, but that would give it away.
Wilson.
I'll wager 12 ounces.
So, but to begin with, we are gonna start with geography.
Yep.
Number one, unless you've been living under a rock for the last millennium, the largest football stadium is actually here in Ann Arbor, where Michigan will take the pleasure pillow to Michigan State tomorrow.
Michigan Stadium.
The record,
Excuse you?
yeah. The record, which was set on September 7th of 2013, was the first under the lights game at the Big House. What is the highest ever attendance at an NCAA football game? I'm going to let you each pick. We're going to play Price is Right rules, close without going
Wait,
over.
and we're just talking the Big House?
Well,
Or we're just talking the largest,
talking
the highest
largest
attended NCAA football game, period.
which did occur in the Big
at the
House
Big
on
House.
9/7/13.
Okay.
So, without going over, who wants to go?
I'll start because
Go ahead. All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna go with 103, 103.
Okay, Nick, you're next.
Oh shit! How much is the big household?
I don't know.
Well, I know the exact number.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna say.
I was gonna say now I could look it up just because I already.
I'm gonna
answered.
say 108,220.
And Rob, don't say $1, please.
I wanted to say $1.
Fine, say $1.
No.
One person.
Yeah, it was empty stadium.
Thinking, I guess in my Card Sharks mentality, I was thinking a little
Greatest
higher.
underrated game.
Well, what you
ever.
call it?
Exactly.
FC Barcelona is playing with an empty stadium right now.
But I also have to, take into account the fact that, Penn State Stadium is pretty damn huge too. So I am, I am just going to go with my gut and go with it. So I'm going to say 112, 215.
Peaches and cream.
Give Rob a ding to the ding to the ding ding. The answer is 115, 109.
Damn.
The largest group to ever watch a National College Association
That's
athletic
crazy.
football game.
That's just I can't even fathom that many people.
I was actually thinking 113. I was like, no, let me bring it down. Just
All right.
I wanted to say
So-
110 plus, but I just wasn't 100%.
We are again, obviously, because you're just hearing the droning on of our voices, sans a guest. So the Great American Beer Fest started in what year, and how many breweries participated in that first year?
The first one, and how many
the
breweries?
first one.
Was in what year, and how many breweries participated?
I just for the hell of it, I'm gonna
I have
say
no fucking clue.
I'm gonna say 98, and then for
As in, like, breweries or 1998?
no, I'm gonna say the year 1998, and I'm gonna say 12.
I'm going to say 1996, and I'm going to go higher on the brewery count. I'm going to say, we'll say 65.
1987, 30.
In 1982,
Oh wow.
Wow.
82.
22 breweries sailed the ocean blue.
See
All
what
right,
you
so
did there
the
fucking
worrisome
Columbus.
growler of truth. So,
to Columbus. This one.
no, to indigenous peoples, which is Monday to Friday.
To indigenous
Here's your cup. Rob,
right.
I'm going to let you crack this open.
All right.
Give a whiff, and then decide how much you want to put in your cup.
It's Four Loko.
What the fuck is this?
Do they sell Four Loko on draft?
Just are you gonna go a little bit or a lot, Rob?
Oh, it's red.
All right.
Rob,
all right.
Rob went about like a third of a solo cup.
Almost, yeah, it's close to a half.
All right, go ahead, pass it to Nick.
Yeah, dude, it pretty much smells like Waste Management forgot to pick up the dumpster.
So Nick, sniff it.
God.
Put it in your mouth and suck it.
So how much are you gonna, Nick? How much are you gonna pour? A little bit or a lot?
Less than Rob poured.
Hey, since if I can drink,
That looks almost clear.
if I could drink a swig of Four Loko, then I can pretty much do anything.
God.
So
Ken, this
All
is
right, so hold on. So Matt, here you go.
Wow, what?
Follow on the cable. There you go.
This is just a generic growler, right?
can tell you.
actually, we got this from J1 Fuel Stop that was on about a month and a half ago.
Alright, so you just went
good
to-
for the cam.
Shout out to Steve.
So I,
Steve J. Boyd.
I cleaned this one out.
We could definitely see the baldness of my head.
I cleaned this one out, and I went to Wilson's, and I said, you know what? I want that beer. So Ken's about pouring a full cup.
I can't.
So Ken, do you have a little
Can't do it.
an odor that you can?
Yes,
I can't do it.
Yes,
Roman?
Beer. I want to drink it.
Nick finally has one that he is dying on.
Dude,
right,
I
so-
can feel it like twinge in my stomach right now. That's how bad it smells.
So all right, here is the introductory of the beer. Clocking in at 3.82 out of 5 on Beer Advocate.
What?
Oh, I thought you were about to say 3.82%.
Like, what
No, this 5.82, this 5.2 ABV's most recent beer rating reads as such: 3-49 over 5. Curious as to why this beer is actually getting decent ratings. Well, I mean, you rated it is pretty high. It smells and tastes a bit like actual garbage.
Yes.
I mean, in a strangely appealing way, but it's a mess. It smells sour with a tinge of vomit. It tastes sour at first, but then finishes with a mediocre crackery base, not a white person base. This beer this beer is here, there, and everywhere. I have to wonder if this is a bit infected, but at the same time, this is pretty par for the course for this brewery. I'd imagine this was meant to be brewed this way. I make it sound like I hate it, but I don't. ... For some reason. At the same time, ...
So
September 11th, 2016.
never forget.
So that was the last review, was September 11th, 2016.
That was the last written review. There have been reviews since, and this is a fresh keg. I know it. So that was the last beer.
So is this
Okay.
an odd side beer?
So you
Oh,
have
hold on,
three
hold on.
questions now.
We have three questions.
I mean,
So-
taste it. Has anybody tasted it
No,
yet?
I haven't.
hold on. Yeah, give me a
I want to
second.
talk about the review
So hold
because
on. Rule number one for this game, because I'm going to make one rule for
Yeah,
you.
please do.
You have to tell us if it's Michigan or out of state.
Okay, this is a Michigan beer.
I'm gonna say because there's so many damn breweries in this state. You
So
gotta,
yeah, okay,
you
this
gotta
is a
give us
Michigan
that.
beer.
I think that's a very fair.
Oh yeah.
okay, all right.
I will do my darndest moving forward to make sure that it's a Michigan beer.
Yeah. If it's not, you just tell us. And then,
Yes.
So going to the review itself.
I will simply say. Oh, before I said, it, I will
Go
simply
ahead.
say that it tastes better than it smells.
All right.
So it's
I wouldn't go.
It's appropriately
I wouldn't go Dan Delicious, but it's.
Dan would be like this.
So it's not milking, it's brick.
brick. Wow.
So, but let's look at the review. It said on par for this brewery.
That sounds like something somebody would say about Atwater.
Well,
I would say odd side.
or Kunin. That's the thing. I wish we hadn't. We need to start bringing at least like a clear glass for each one, so we could pour it into a clear glass.
Yeah.
So like we at least see the color of it. Because while it is in red solo cups, it does haze the color and change it a little bit. So
Well, that's the thing. You said this is from someplace
Hold on,
called
hold on,
Wilson's.
hold on.
Where is Wilson's?
across the street. It's a party store across the street. That
Tastes
has like
like-
eight-
This tastes like water.
Well, so you have to realize it says, I wonder if this beer is a bit infected, but at the same time, this is pretty par for the course for this brewery.
I seriously don't taste anything.
You don't taste
so
anything?
I don't taste anything.
You don't get any flavors?
All right,
Rob,
so-
you
no,
taste
I'm
flavors?
not.
I'm gonna move the mic back real quick so you guys.
I
talk.
mean, there's
Or
a
move the cam back.
there's a little bit. I mean,
Dude, I don't even know if it's a little bit
What's the predominant flavor of it, if any?
bitterness in
Beer?
the back of your throat.
So I have a question,
Please do.
and I think this will help because it's close ended, so it's a one or other. East or west of 69?
Ooh.
I'm going to need geography for that one.
Okay. Well, while Matt learns his geography.
For those outside of Michigan, we are talking about Interstate 69, not, stay out of the gutter.
I-69. Yes.
So while he does that, when are we posting the FanDuel?
We're going to post it right after the show.
Okay.
Right on our Facebook page.
I would say,
well,
I'm looking at the map now. West.
Okay. What brewery is it? It was worth a shot.
However, that's not going to give you the answer. The answer, my friend, is still blowing in the wind.
Wow.
Well, I mean, it's not going to give us the answer, but it's still going to at least break it down in regards to it's not Atwater.
It is not Atwater.
West of 69.
Northwest of 69.
Northwest of 69.
Well, I mean, that's...
This tastes like red wine to me.
That pretty much puts everything from Kalamazoo to Grand Rapids to Muskegon to
is it Traverse City?
That Traverse City would be, that would still
Or
be
Right Brain?
right.
Petoskey would be east of 69. You're giving me a nose like yes, it is. It might be Right Brain, but what the fuck would this be from Right Brain or any Traverse City brewery?
So, again, if you could pick up any sort of flavors from this.
No, I can't.
I can't. Now that Nick was talking about it, it has a bit of a tang to it in the beginning, and then it's like Kaiser Soze. It's just gone.
So let's think about it this way. I'll give you the fact that it's a pretty well known, not pretty well known, but it's a known brewery, known for crazy off the wall brews.
Oddside?
It's got to be.
Well, it's Oddside, Right Brain, Shorts.
And I kind of put it this way: if I just finished a softball game and this was the bar, giving this in pitchers, I wouldn't mind this.
So it's better than Four Loko.
It's far better than Four Loko. But the problem is that there's really there's no flavor. I'm not really getting any flavor.
It's just there.
It's just there.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm thirsty. Hey,
Is this like the problem with the growler though? In general, that you don't get the flavor that you would have otherwise got on tap.
I'm getting more bitter now.
I'm getting a malt bomb. Not like malt kick you in the face bomb, but a malt bomb.
Yeah, maybe.
it's starting to remind me of a homebrew.
So you still have 2 questions left. So do you want to?
All right, let's try. God, I wish it's hard when you have open ended or no open ended. So
Right.
you gotta break it down a little more. So, I have no idea.
This gets a hell of a lot trickier now that it's being crafted
we've got west side of Michigan.
right.
We've got potentially northwest Michigan from the looks.
Right.
So I really think it's either Right Brain or Shorts. I think those are the 2 biggest ones up there. Okay. So
I'm really having to bring you guys to water, aren't I?
well,
See,
I
and
mean,
if it's one of those, then my almost default
we
would
still
be
have 1,000 options from Shorts,
Right.
and then another 100 from Right Brain.
But if he's saying yes on Right Brain or Shorts, then my default almost goes to Right Brain because they're
You have 2
honestly
questions left. You can always.
Is this Right Brain?
It is.
Okay,
and that's why I don't care for it.
that
Is
helps us
because
a little
it's
more.
Right Brain. There's
What
quite
is
a few
Right
beers
Brain
from
Rake that's not CEO stout?
and that's the
terrible
only
of
thing.
me.
And I know and honestly, that's the only thing I like from Right Brain is the
really
regular
good,
CEO
they
stout.
have really good hummus up there.
When they did,
They do.
when they did the boardroom series of CEO stout, and
We
they
can
started
hear some
messing
video
around,
from someone, by the way.
they started messing around with the peanut butter and the barrel aged, and it just was not CEO stout. And on its own, it's perfect. It makes a CEO on its own makes a great beer, and from Mel's Toffee, it makes a damn good toffee too. But
I would bet you this would make a great toffee as well.
I can't. I can't.
So, okay,
find
so
another
hold
Right
on,
Brain
hold
beer.
on,
Actually,
hold
Look
on.
at what color is the beer?
Hold on, it's red. It's an amber.
Think outside the amber, but into the red space.
Alt. It's not an alt beer.
It's not.
I know that.
I'm about to say, if anybody knows an alt around here, it's going to be Ken.
As they would say on Toy Story, you dense motherfucker.
I'm not sure if they would actually say that.
I don't know
on
if that's Toy Story, but I just.
But I've never seen Toy Story
know
anyway.
the meme.
So.
You've never seen Toy Story?
Dude, the last Disney movie I ever saw, Lion King.
That was a great movie.
First movie I ever
Best
saw
movie.
Disney, Lion King.
Great boat.
I don't give a shit about Disney.
That's a great movie. That should pull you in further, not push you away. Nick, you've been quiet. Are you too busy on FanDuel?
No,
Are you too busy?
I ain't got nothing.
All right, should we just like are we surrendering?
No, we're not surrendering. We're not surrendering. Is this an amber ale?
I don't believe it to be an amber ale. Beer Advocate listed this as a fruit ale.
What the fuck fruit is in this?
Cherries. Do you guys not taste the cherries?
No. Dude, it's like you said, like Nick said, I taste nothing.
But that's the thing, though, is it's a faint cherry. It's not like a zombie killer kick you in the face cherry. It's
Beer Advocate says this is a it's a fruit beer. Style, fruit /
okay. That breaks it
Fruit
down.
style.
It's I know what it is.
Yes?
Vermont style farmhouse. What the fuck?
It's a juicy IPA.
Hey, juicy. I'd be like, shit.
It's a cherry pie.
It is.
Is this the Finn Balor?
No, it's Warrant.
Oh, it's cherry pie. I thought it was the. Yeah. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. Let's put that away before we get
Yeah,
like in
before we
trouble
get
with
a CD
YouTube.
on that
we
shit.
get 7% of the song. We're okay.
C&D.
So this is a whole cherry pie by Right Brain Brewing Company.
Yeah, it's an amber.
This
Asshole.
ain't even a quarter
According
cherry
to
pie.
Beer Advocate. I'm going off of Beer Advocate. It's a fruit / vegetable.
This
beer.
ain't even a half-ass cherry pie.
It doesn't taste. I taste the cherries. That's all I taste.
All right.
I taste cherry. I taste biscuit. That's about it.
Well, there's your cherry in your bread, your crust. So, all right. So I don't know if you. So this week, an unlikely celebrity feud arose on Twitter when this former world champion athlete challenged this 80s to 90s action celebrity to fight, which can only be billed as the Geezer's Malice at Caesar's Palace.
The geese.
Wow.
The geezer's malice at
What?
Caesar's. I don't even
don't
know. I missed
World,
this
world
one.
champion versus action hero.
World champion. What sport? Let's at least get a sport.
Well, it's a UF. It would okay. So how do you? I mean, it's gonna be within
Is Sylvester Stallone one of the two?
No, Sylvester. All right. So
It's Arnold.
how do I put this? Okay, so this former Olympian battled this former CIA or challenged this former CIA / DEA / ATF
Steven
/
Seagal versus.
Oh, no. Steven Seagal versus George Foreman.
Yes. So this
Wait, that was a thing this week.
So on Tuesday this week, George Foreman, for some reason, via Twitter, challenged Steven Seagal to a fight, saying, "I will box. You can do whatever you want to do." George Foreman, 67, versus Steven Seagal, 65. The Geezer's Malice at Caesar's Palace.
I mean,
It's like celebrity
I know-
boxing all over again.
I know.
no, this is Celebrity Deathmatch, the octogenarian.
It wouldn't. I mean, it would
Geriatrics
not.
Club.
I mean, even if George Foreman was still just a little
The
bit past.
Pizza Arena.
Yeah, at the pizza.
Did you see UFC's
Hockey,
coming to the
hockey.
Pizza
Yeah,
Arena?
yes, they are.
13.
Yep.
George Foreman fought like he was like using a dry mop.
But he fought for 100 years.
I know, but I mean,
Okay, so on. Hey, first question.
he'll catch you on the chin, but damn, he's
All right, first question.
Ugly fights.
Who would win, George Foreman or Steven Seagal?
In their prime?
No, right now.
Oh, right now. Shit.
I think Seagal will win.
Seagal.
Steven Seagal.
I don't know if you've seen Seagal lately. He
I
has grown out, not up.
I
So
honestly,
I'm going
and
Foreman.
that's my problem is that I honestly would have to
Foreman
think about
still
that.
has bricks for hands.
And my mind just immediately goes to Foreman.
I don't care how much Aikido you know if you need an asthma inhaler to do it.
He can just kill someone with his bare hands.
I
All right,
mean,
no,
that's the
say-
thing.
okay.
Seagal went full Val Kilmer, and
yeah.
he
The last Google I said, I Googled Steven Seagal. It said Steven Seagal gets in chokehold, poops pants. So I'm pretty sure he's not in the greatest of shape.
He would be one of those ads at the bottom of a page that would say Steven Seagal looks unrecognizable now.
No. Steven Seagal would be the walking model for erectile dysfunction.
Oh.
Cialis. Have you gone to Aikido too many times? Do you need to not eat a hoagie tomorrow? Take a pill. All right. Second question.
Hold on.
God,
Speaking of celebrity
He'd still
boxing,
whip
because
our
I decided who was the. I'm looking to see who. So the final match of the 2-episode celebrity boxing special, Joey Buttafuoco
Oh God.
versus
Screech.
Joni Lawler, China.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Rest in peace.
So,
R.I.P.
That was like
second part of this question. If there was a celebrity death match that you could put together, who would it be?
Oh, you got to start it while we think about this one.
No, just off the top of your head. If there was a celebrity death match right now, who would it be?
Celebrity death match.
I got it. Taylor Swift and Katy Perry.
I mean, that's already a death match that's happening.
No, it's a war of words right now.
Oh, yeah, no.
Because
Can I request that be like a
No.
bra match?
You could
No.
request
I mean,
it
that's
live.
the
I
whole
would
thing.
say total celebrity death match.
I mean, because players gonna play.
Play.
Now we
play.
got bad blood.
All right, so I'm going to say I want a three-way match between Jason
you do.
Mraz,
Jason
John
Mraz.
Mayer, and that other guy that's Nick Johnson.
Jack Johnson.
Jack Johnson.
Because they are all so chill, but they all play the same fucking music all the time. And I'm
What
pretty
has
sure
Jason Mraz done recently to be thrown
nothing.
into a death match?
But they do the same music. It's the same person. It's like if you could put two movies into a death match, I would pick Deep Impact and Armageddon. It's the same fucking movie, different cast.
I take
It's the
John.
same music.
I would take John Mayer in that fight.
Well, I wouldn't take it. I would hope they would all die somehow. Like North
John
Korea
Mayer
would
would just
target
kill him with
Reno.
his guitar.
Like John, no, I would hope that North Korea would just bomb Reno, Nevada, where that fight would happen.
Wow.
Jim Jeffries show.
Wow.
Hello, my name is Jim Jeffries.
What the fuck?
Rob, if you could see two people fight, who would it be? Not hobos. I mean,
Celebrities, not
Bum fights.
Bum Fights 9.
Quentin Tarantino and Samuel L. Jackson.
Wow.
okay, that's deep. That's a deep cut.
It's almost as bad as Tim Burton and
And Johnny Depp.
Johnny
No,
Depp.
I want to see Tim Burton versus Chris Nolan. A man who killed a Batman, a man who saved Batman.
So
Ken?
like
I didn't
would
mean to say
be-
just as bad. I think that's just crazy. That's what I mean.
Mine would be more like it would be like a build like Celebrity Deathmatch would be because I'd want the dude from the Kingsman that I can't think of his name off the top of my
Colin
head.
Firth?
Yeah, Colin Firth. There you
Okay.
go. Colin Firth and
Colin Farrell.
no, who's the dude that plays James Bond right now?
Daniel Craig?
Daniel,
Daniel
yeah.
Craig.
Wow.
Yeah, like
Man.
that would be a great fight,
Hold on,
like
hold on.
based
All right.
on their character wise.
Now let's
Even though Daniel Craig can't stand being James Bond right now.
what? How about
And
this?
for one more movie.
Yeah, with the amount of money he's getting. paid,
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think about Kid Rock versus Sean Penn or Alec Baldwin? Kid Rock versus Alec Baldwin.
I was.
Well, actually,
no.
that's probably not generationally possible. So, like Ted Nugent versus Alec Baldwin,
Dude,
the drunkest, sloppiest old man fight in the world.
I'd put my
Alec
money
Baldwin
on.
ain't the
I'd
sloppiest
put
drunkest.
so much money on Baldwin. You have no idea.
I'd put
right.
my money on Nugent.
Bows and arrows not allowed.
Fred Bear, motherfucker.
All right, so last question.
Hold on. Did you ever see the Vine of the guy who mocked the Dexter stuff that goes surprise motherfucker, but
Surprise,
it changed
motherfucker. Some fries, motherfucker.
first prize motherfucker.
All right.
Office Depot.
All rise, motherfucker.
Office Depot. Supplies, motherfucker.
Wrong
He's-
sides,
No,
motherfucker.
he's holding the oh god, Hunger Games book. Rue dies, motherfucker.
All right. So
5 minutes left.
we talked about this a little bit on the group chat. Yes, we have a group chat. If you want to be involved, text us. We'll allow you in our group chat. No, we won't. But
Or get on Twitter at Better on Draft.
Facebook Better on Draft, Twitch Bod Podcast, Untapped Bod Podcast, Instagram Better on Draft,
so real quick,
YouTube Better on Draft.
we did a summer beer draft. Ken chose pussy beers, which I would expect. Not like brewed out of a vagina, but Corona Light and...
There are beers that are brewed with lactic acid
Yeah, I
from
know,
vaginas.
we
You
got
know
that.
right?
I didn't feel that was worth bringing
I mean,
up.
that seems like where you were going
No,
other than,
my
just
question
being,
is, what would you consider like the perfect fall beer? Like, when I think fall, I think football, I think cider mills, I think cooling temperatures, I think Oktoberfest. So, I thought like Summer Shandy is a great summer beer. I think, and I know that's basic is as AF.
basic, bro.
So, Rob, what is your perfect like fall beer?
One I always fall to when football season starts. Unfortunately, football season is
Icy
kind of
Light?
being an absolute, pain in the ass this year because of all the shit that's going on. But my normal would be Bell's Cherry Porter, or Cherry Stout, rather. As I say that because I have Short's barrel age black cherry porter in the bag right now.
Nick, do you have a fall beer like when the seasons change? Do your beer preferences change?
No, they really don't. Well, I'm probably going to start going more towards the darker ones now because just,
That's racist.
I was gonna
say that,
ask if he was down with the swirl. What's going on?
yeah, no, probably going to start going towards the stouts and porters more now.
Chocolate
that,
and vanilla.
Ebony and Ivory.
He's got your jungle fever.
Robin Big?
Robin Thick.
No, Robin
My
Big.
best friend.
Ken, I know you're a stout drinker year round or a brown drinker year round. Is there
Do you have to ask?
is there a brown that you
Bell's
focus on?
Brown.
Bell's Brown?
Thank you, Nick.
But you drink that all the time, don't you? Or
No, it's a seasonal.
okay.
That's it. Yeah.
So I
I
went
wish
to,
I could drink it all the time.
So I went
Best
to
brown, bitch.
Shortoberfest, and I can't think of what it was. I'm pretty sure it rhymes with Schmeenbush.
Schmorshin.
But I could have swore that they literally chopped a stick of butter and then poured their Oktoberfest on top of it because it was just like I was gumming beer down. It was not good.
Gummy beer.
It was like nah, 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 like I don't know what
Like
the
you were just in a moment of convalescence and your dentures were out.
and I was drinking Oktoberfest at the same time. Exactly. Yeah, it actually was like mangoes, something like that. But well, that will wrap up 5 questions. So I don't know. Did you guys prefer me the Grizzly Growler of Truth, or do you want me to bring back the singles?
I mean,
Grizzly Growler of Truth.
Yeah. It's definitely a little bit more of a challenge. So I'm liking that. And
Should we do just a Grizzly Growler of Truth and then 5 questions on the Grizzly Growler?
oh no. Let's keep
No,
it the
5
same.
questions is solid.
Yeah. Let's keep it the same way.
Well, that's what you got for 5 questions today. We have a new segment. For the next 100 times, I will bring a growler.
100 times.
It could be from a brewery. It could be from a party store because now that Michigan allows party stores to sell growlers.
You can get a growler of beer at Zatuna Liquor.
Yeah.
Actually, you can get a howler. They have the Grolsch Cap howlers there.
That's fine. Yeah,
So-
on just south of M59 on Rochester Road.
Yeah, go check it out. Tell Jack and Gus we said hi. Don't forget to check out Brown Iron Brew House, 26 in Van Dyke. Plenty of beer, plenty of food. Quizzo one night a week.
The poutine is fantastic.
The
braised beef poutine. And just
I do judge
Poutine.
places by their poutine. Have you ever had One Eyed Betty's poutine?
I don't go to
omelet?
One Eye Betty's. It's too far from where I live. I like to live on the lake. So, yeah, no.
Okay.
Pat O'Brien's has poutine in St. Clair Shores, but they use Cheese Whiz, so I disqualify.
Oh.
I'll have to
no.
check that out soon because I'm going to be working at Pat O'Brien's
on
soon.
purpose.
Not on purpose. I've been told to go there.
Well, come drink. We'll make a day of it. We'll go to Baffin, not Boffin. We'll go to Baffin, and we'll drink beer. and then-
Boffin.
So that's going to do it for us here at the Better on Draft podcast. You can find us Better on Draft, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Bod Podcast on Twitch and Untapped. Better on Draft on, I missed one, Instagram. And no matter what you think of your beer, we think it's Better on Draft. Have a good night.
Peace.